Welcome back to my pocket PC games on your mobile devices, specifically Android devices, and to be more specific on a Galaxy S24 Ultra. So if you have, for instance, a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, 8 Gen 2, 8 Gen 1 and below that, you can run PC games on your device or emulate PC games on your device, whichever term you want to use. To me, it runs just as any native Android game if you can get it running right, you know. So you have to keep in mind that Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and below devices, they don't have like full compatibility with DirectX 12 games, you know. The compatibility list is like a 60-40 ratio, you know. It's very hit and miss with DirectX 12. You would download some and you would find them working, but not all of them work. But DirectX 11 and below games, those have better compatibility with Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and below. So again, just keep that in mind when you're trying out these PC games. So here we have the GameHub app, and this GameHub app is actually the newest release with version 6.0.4, and in this release it comes with a whole bunch of new features, a whole redesign of the UI, and a whole bunch more advertisements, I guess, to make the app look more appealing, because as you can see, we started up the app and there's just a whole bunch of advertisement. These aren't games that I personally install. These are games that are advertised, so you can download them from Steam or from Epic Games. And speaking of Steam and Epic Games, Steam and Epic Games Store, you can log in to those stores with this app and access your full library from this app, and also download games from your library into this app and play them from this app. So you have access to your whole Steam library and your whole Epic library from your device, as long as your device can handle them. let's just say that, you know. So here we have advertisements, and as you can see, we have some more icons down here at the bottom to, yeah, let's just call them more navigation tabs or icons or whatever. This one is play, and more advertisements, as you can see, to download games or buy games. And this is just the recently played, or more recently what I tested. And this is top picks, GameHub top picks, same stuff, same advertisements, rising stars, the top picks. And then you have the meat now, where you can actually import PC games that you dumped onto your device storage, whether you get them from the internet or from your other computer, you know. So yeah, here we have our Steam games tab. If you log in with Steam, you'll find your whole Steam library here, and if you log in with Epic, you'll find your whole Epic library here. I have not logged in with my Epic library as yet, but yeah, I don't know, I was feeling a bit lazy, but you can if you want to. It works perfectly. So Steam games, as I said, your whole Steam library, and if you want to install something, all you have to do is just click on it, and you would see at the bottom, you see get games here, and at the middle, at the top, is just more things like just showing you stuff about the game, what year it released, the introduction, so on and so forth, you know. And if you want to download this game from your Steam library, the only thing you have to click is get game, and you will see it install or cancel. It will tell you the install size and the available space or storage that you have left on your device. So I can't install Red Dead Redemption 2 right now, so let's just cancel this for now and go back. So it's simple enough. But let's go back to our imported PC games. And if you want to import a PC game, it's as simple as clicking import, and you would find wherever you store your PC games. In this case, it's for me in internal storage, download, Windows, Just Cause 2. And here is the exe file. Yeah, here's the exe file. and all you have to do is click on it and it will import it, and that's it. Once it is imported, because I already imported mine, I don't have to, you know, go through all of this thing again. It will take you to a menu that looks like this, you know. And to actually set it up, it might look, you know, like a lot, and you might get scared and you're worried that you might mess things up and it doesn't work or whatever the case is. It's going to be okay. GameHub has you covered, because as you can see, you have a thing up here called recommended. All you have to do is click on it and it will show you like the most like used settings from other users playing this same game. So all you have to do now is click on it and just wait. Yeah, it loaded in, and then you have to, well, you don't have to do anything, but if you want, you can check and see all the different settings that they made and what they did and all of this stuff. And then now you can just click apply and apply this setting to your settings, and it should work 100% of the times. But for me, when I normally click recommended settings, it will take you back to this page, and I normally adjust a few things to make sure all of the layers and compatibility tools and scripts or whatever that it's using is up to date. So I would come in here now, and then you wouldn't change anything here in the first tab where the general. I don't normally change anything there. I go to the graphics tab and I will change the resolution. If it's a really demanding game, I will put it at 960 by 544. It's a low resolution, but it gives you the same 16 by 9 aspect ratio. So it's like a full screen thing, and it's on a small phone screen, so it doesn't look too horrible. You know, it actually looks quite good. I normally play most of my games at 960 by 544. It still looks good, almost like 720p, uses less power, less stress for the processor and all of that stuff. So I normally use this one, but if you want, you can go up to 720p or higher if your device can handle that. And then now I would change the DXVK version to the latest version. So in this case, the latest version is 2.7.1-1-async. So you select this one or another one, because with each, if they release like a new version, it normally update it, or it normally update within the app, because the app grabs it from another source. So it's always up to date with the latest version. You don't have to import it or do any other crazy thing like you do with Winilator or those other forks. You know, GameHub makes it simple and straightforward. Then I would go down to VKD 3D. This normally deals with DirectX 12 emulation. If you know that your game supports it, you go down here and you use the latest version, you know. But you don't have to worry, you can just leave it there. The emulator will know which version of DirectX the game is using, and, you know, use the appropriate things to get it running. So you don't really need to worry about that. You just always keep it at the latest version, the highest compatible version. And then now we normally go down to compatibility layer and change this to the latest version. So the latest version that I normally use is Proton 11 ARM 64X. Yep. Now, if there's a case where you selected Proton 11 and Proton 11 does not work because it's still in beta, as far as I can tell, you should use Proton 10, the latest one. Or if Proton 10 doesn't work, you use Wine, the latest one. And if the latest Wine does not work, you use the second latest version of Wine. I know it's complicated, but yeah, this is like a bit of trial and error, but this is like the simplest way how GameHub can let it work for you, you know. But normally you just click the latest version and it should work, no problem. And last but not least, you go down to CPU translator and you change also this to the latest version. You never use the built-in one, you always do the latest FX version. Or if you're using like Wine, it will be box 64, so you change it to the latest box 64 version always. So this is like a universal setting to get all your games always running through GameHub. And as I said, I'm using a Samsung device and this thing works perfectly, you know, from the 6.0 update, you know. So just to test it, because there is like 2 more features that I want to show you guys, but the only way I can show you guys is unless I start the game. So I would have to start Just Cause 2 right now. So we finished setting it up, so let's start it up and see what's going on. Yeah, let's get that landscape mode in there. As you guys can see, we have the on-screen controllers running right here, and it's at like 30 frames per second. Yeah, like these are, oh shit, let me turn down the volume a little bit. I have to like adjust the volume. Yeah, so as you can see, like this is the edge of the phone, right? You can see my hands, and it's not the aspect ratio is 16:9, but the resolution is very low. But as you can see, it's really clear because it's on a phone screen, you know. So it's completely fine to use a lower resolution that is at 16:9, you know. It will be completely fine. So the setting that I really wanted to show you, you have to swipe in from any side of the screen to bring up this menu. Yeah. Now, if you're using on-screen controllers, you can go ahead and just look through and change what you need to change through here. But what we're really here for is this. This is a new this is a new setting added in 6.0, GPU pass-through, that allows your GPU to directly render the stuff rather than it going through a translation layer and then being, you know, brought back to the phone and then put back to the screen. And well, not exactly brought back to the phone, just another part in the CPU, you know, however that works, you know. But we don't know, we know that it's not a direct thing, you know, but GPU pass-through allows that. And then we have frame generation. You know, the frame generation works really well. I have had better luck with running frame generation on flow or on eco. Whenever I put it on balance, boost, clear, or max, the image just always looks so terrible. I hate it. So I haven't gotten a chance to try it on Snapdragon 8 Elite and above, but from the videos that I saw running on balance, boost, and clear and max, all those are okay for Snapdragon 8 Elite. But on Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and below, it's better to use flow and eco. You get better performance, more stability, better frames. Everything is just smoother that way. Don't look at these frames. This is like, you know, the regular frames that you're getting, and this would be like the boosted frame, so it's practically like double the regular frames, you know. All right. Oh, this is really cool. As you can see, my little my stylus is actually acting as a mouse pointer within the app and the emulated game. So as I can say, you see almost a full 60 frames per second. So let's go into new game, let's go into casual, and it's starting. As you can see, we also have the on-screen controllers. You can also connect a Bluetooth controller if you want, and also a USB Type-C controller, and you can play it just like that, you know. As you guys can see, we are in game. You can see the frame counter up here, and you can see the regular. This is what the actual frames are. This is what the frame generations frame are. CPU degrees, power draw, RAM usage, CPU usage, GPU usage, and DXVK plus usage. That's the translator stuff that it's using. Yeah. As you can see, it's running cleanly, it's running perfectly, and this is like almost the same with every other game, especially with DirectX 12, DirectX 11 games and below. Just keep that in mind, you know. So let's just get out of this real quick. We don't need to be playing like a full session of gaming here, you know. You guys aren't here for that. You guys aren't here for that. So yeah, GameHub 6.0, you know, you can use it with a Bluetooth controller. You can use it with a USB Type-C controller. I actually have a GameSir type controller with a cooling fan, you know, and it actually keeps the device cool while I play games on long session. And it has a USB Type-C, so you know that the input lag, it's a non-issue for this thing, you know. So it's a good little investment. If you already have a powerful pocket PC and you're ready for emulation, then GameHub is the app for you to start testing out some actual games on your mobile device and not to have to, you know, download all of those shitty ass games from the Play Store. So this is GameHub, and this is my pocket PC. So like, comment, subscribe, stay safe, and keep your phone with a lot of storage space. Until next time, guys.